honey. Well, it would be odd.
I just get a gnawing hankering after good pies and truck like that.
Okay, hopefully you're back with us there. We had a little issue there. I don't know if you noticed, but yeah, the OBS crashed on me. Yeah. Isn't that crazy, eh? It just crashed on me. All right, okay. Is there an echo in here? What's going on? Anyways, I hope you're back with me after that little hiccup there. Don't worry, I am recording. So it's all right. We'll cut that out in the recording. You'll be good. Anyways, back to the show.
With the danger gone, she started to call the cubs back.
All right, I think it was about 26 minutes that we made it there, so I think it's time for an intermission. I didn't want that to be the intermission because I really wanted to thank everybody for watching. Yes, I'm very grateful. We hit 1,000 views on the Failed Remedies stream. It wasn't the stream, actually, it was the recording. The recording are on the videos page, and they are better quality. They aren't subject to lag. I don't like lag, and I know you don't either, so you want to see the recording. I'm promoting the videos. So anyways, yeah, we had a huge bump. It looks like YouTube was throwing me a bit of a bone there, so... Thank you, YouTube, for recommending the video to the weird audience, the algorithmic recipients of this weird stuff. Because you gotta be a bit of a weirdo if this is showing up in your feed, right? So, anyways, I'm not gonna talk for too much longer here, okay? So, back to the show.
Others were allowed their turn on the carcass. Their mother still kept watch in case the hyenas returned.
Done the Agamemnon 2-1. Agamemnon.
Let me get this straight, Fiver. You want us to climb this, is that it?
In fact, all Maya gave offerings of their blood.
If you'll notice on the skulls, there are numbers marked here. Because one of the biologists is studying the moose bones. His name is Rolf Peterson. He's been up here 20 years. But he's really not studying the moose. He's studying the Isle Royal wolf population.
A carcass of this size could last the family several days. Nothing is wasted. And if anything is left, the remains, of course, are safely stored in the tree.
Remain.
New river train, riding on that new river train. It's the same old train that brought me here and gonna take me home again. Riding on that new river.
The ball game served a deadly purpose.
Shot on sight. You've heard stories about the wolf man, but you know... So they hope that by educating people about these beautiful animals, they can bring them back to the lower 48 where they belong. Biologists most authority on wolves. And this center was his idea.
His back is ready for
We
the
hope
torch.
it worked. Now, along the Minnesota, the founder waters a new area, International Falls, and go up the lake of the woods. You'll notice the green speck in the center of the lake. Part of the
We take you to Burrow.
stuck up there in
Go
Canada
away.
called the Northwest.
We no good, but I walk good. Is where you come from?
Know him? That's it.
Over 150 miles of national park.
Take me home again.
Here. They're known for their size and quantity. So the first thing you do before you get here is buy a Minnesota mosquito trap.
Encouraged by almost daily rain showers, the grass in the leopard's territory grew longer and longer, and this attracted a new range of creatures.
Remove the king, and the whole system comes crashing down. For Arthur Demarest, the crisis for the classic Maya began the moment they lost faith in their kings.
The source of power is this ritual,
Centered on
this
this
display,
display
ceremony,
ring,
the theater.
worn bare by the trampoline jumping,
And when real
center of each male's territory. The display is
between centers.
Saturday, March 22nd.
No mates! There are mates! There are cheeks! Plenty trouble for you! You need mates! It's working, Hazel. You've got no brain!
4 years after Trafalgar, the Agamemnon entered.
For you.
Made it out again.
Faced as
In June 1809, 8 warships, including
others could only rest in
stalking a French squadron.
more sacrifice, more blood, but it didn't work.
You for a ride behind the sled, although some of them are a little too young yet. And there is no better way to see northern Minnesota than behind the beautiful dog sled team going through the forest. In the old days before snowmobiles, the sleds were used to haul provisions and passengers. It's an art form today, really. There are even international races up here. And I was surprised to find out there are no brakes on the sled. You have to trust the dogs to listen to your commands. When you say stop, we're young, it's pretty easy to drive with these sleds to the forest. We were going along just fine. Well, until we came to one sharp corner, and that's where the trouble started.
a female became aware of a herd of impala. And though the family had already eaten, theirs is a life of feast or famine. And a leopard with cubs must take advantage of this seasonal glut. She had an uncanny memory for
Stone out of the jungle. Self-made.
If the spreader bar works, the cannon won't collapse into a pile of rust.
Original in all the world.
It could spin out of control, damaging itself.
But ultimately, and the great achievements of the Maya kings and queens, all their formidable powers, were built upon the faith of the people. And when crops failed or enemies prevailed, the people no longer believed. And when the people lost faith, the rulers lost power. And when that power vanished, the Maya abandoned their great cities, and the jungle reclaimed its stone.
All right, I'm seeing here actually that was 35 minutes, not 26 minutes. So I don't know where I got that number from. And yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. We're doing pretty good with this one, I would say. So far, so good, eh?
Lucy's rabbits out, look.
That's getting in quick.
Of course, the lake is perfect for fishing. It's set up.
The sacred world of the classic Maya should never
Last.
a mystery. They left, after all, an abundant written record. An independently invented writing system. Incredibly, one of only
power
5
in the
produced
world.
in the...
Fiver, there's been some trouble. Hazel's been shot. No. The Black Rabbit serves Lord Frith. But he does no more than his appointed task.
Beautiful, fragile documents. They were a truly remarkable achievement. A unique and totally original written language, as momentous as the heart.
She killed successfully an average of once every 3 days or so.
We're going to continue our journey west by train. I had a flat tire. I couldn't make it to the train station. I wouldn't miss a train. Now, I don't know what's wrong with the people in northern Minnesota, but they're not very friendly up there. Nobody would pick me up hitchhiking, and I couldn't figure out why not. The Empire Builder leaves Chicago and travels for 3 days, all the way over to Seattle, Washington. Only on board. There's plenty of room, good food, entertainment. And if you have a smart travel agent like I do, well, you can get some pretty good discount tickets. The train traveled across the prairie. And it was pretty scary riding up here with the engineer, but I wasn't afraid for us. I was afraid for all the crazy people in their cars and trucks who tried to race that train over the railroad crossing. And every engineer has his own horror stories about people who lost that race. We traveled in comfort on our way west, but in the old days they didn't have this option. In fact, they traveled by a different type of train, the wagon train. That's how the Royal Canadian Mounted Police got from one place to the other. They originated up here in Fort Dufferin, Manitoba, and they used wagon trains to make their way out west.
All right, we got a very, very long synchronicity of trains here. Holy hell.
I'm sure he has a jacuzzi in his VCR in there. The Mounted Police traveled 840 miles from Fort Dufferin to the Rockies to bring law and order to the wild, wild west. Today, every few years, the
The female appeared to be just as concerned for the cart.
In the 1950s, the great Maya archaeologist Eric Thompson would conclude these were a people dedicated to studying the heavens and the...
go up for a free ride here. But don't enjoy yourself too much, because if you want to take this sport up for a hobby, those balloons begin at $20,000 each. Of course, the hot air is free if you have enough friends. It's the perfect way to see the beautiful countryside below.
The thorns.
Continuing our journey west, we could look out the window and think about the
dials. El Castillo, the Great Pyramid of Chichen Itza, has 365 steps and platforms to mark the days of the year. Alignment and design is so precise that once each year they cast a unique shadow that records the spring equinox. Of the stars and planets for centuries to come. The Maya calendar was unlike any other. These great gears illustrate their concept of time. The hieroglyphs on the larger wheel mark the 365 days of the solar year. Those on the two smaller gears represent the 200.
Draw it off, I suppose. Oh, frith and inlay.
Come on, let's get out of here.
But what?
Come on, hurry!
Aren't you wounded?
No, never better. Let's go.
What was that all?
The accuracy of Maya astronomy still astounds. The cycles of the moon were mapped so precisely that today, 1,500 years later, their calculations are off by only 33 seconds.
Stay here. So I knocked him down. I had to, and raced off. Next thing I heard was this dreadful squeal.
So the Humber got the other Hermit?
It must have. After all, I led them right into it. But I never saw what happened.
It's not to rest here, they come.
A patrol?
Yeah, it's coming for find you. It's close. You go to him and they not find you.
Come on, you're under that bridge. Unless you want your ears chewed.
According to the Maya calendar, this cycle of creation will cease to exist at precisely 4 3 Kenken. Sunday, December 23rd.
Meet you tomorrow in that kale field. Tell him then what you've been able to work out.
Right, Hazel, you must go now.
We'll go down to the river.
It's a horse like Puerto.
Yeah, that's just who it is.
All the world's great rivers have the same destination, the sea. Of all the places where a river meets the sea, the greatest lies here, in South America.
What were you doing?
Many people are considering them to be petting zoos. But of course, these are all wild creatures. That coyote's looking for something for lunch. Preferably that ground squirrel. But unfortunately, he's pretty smart too. Now you'll find the mule deer located here, named after mules because of their large ears. They can weigh up to 300 pounds, much larger than the whitetails back east. Park. And if you come in the fall, the mule deer will be displaying their beautiful antlers for the mating season.
Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the message is so obscure that it's very, very hard to get to. But sometimes it reveals itself.
They can stand 3.5 feet high, shoulders weigh up to 250 pounds. They spend the summer grazing at the high range. During the winter, they'll come down below.
Vice Admiral, Viscount, Horatio,
Nelson. Too accustomed.
I'll have to find a way to get away from them.
If what Holly
Of the legends of the rail.
To boil over radiator fluid, which is very bad for them. And you're not supposed to feed the animals in the park, but it's obvious people do. They come looking for handouts. And that's the worst thing you can do is feed them. When they become too dependent on humans, the park rangers have to shoot them.
The god of decapitation, for example, is a skeletal god. He very often is holding a decapitated head either by its hair or he has them, the head in his palms. He is generally portrayed with
Leading the expedition is Oxford archaeologist Menson Baum.
All right, that concludes our session for today. I hope you enjoyed the nice little Sunday jam. Yeah, Sunday afternoon jam. It's almost supper time where I am. For the people who don't know, we are in Canada. Yep, that's right. And I am Canadian. Yes. I have to go, so I'm gonna land the plane on this one, okay? And until next time, thank you for watching. Keep fit and have fun.
Bears are omnivores. They'll eat grass, flowers, ants, honey. They will eat meat if they have the opportunity. But they are not the ferocious meat-eating predators as portrayed in movies and books. In fact, they are 80% vegetarian. But these are not the most dangerous animals in North America. Neither is the rattlesnake or the wolf. That honor goes to the last true symbol of
Beep.